Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday. So happy Friday to you. Good morning, Gwen. How's it going, Chica? Did y'all have a good time last night? I thought about you. I hope y'all did. But today is Friday, and I am so glad. I know a lot of people are waking up today, and they like, oh my God, it's Friday, spring break over. The week did go by really fast. It went by fast for me, and so I know people who are, on spring break were probably thinking, "Oh my God, where'd the time go?" So, but it's over. I mean, it's you have another day, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and it'll be here. That's good. That's good. We did too. We did too. We did too. It was great. Just like minds, and I met two new people. Two new people. And so they're going to be a part of Logo, and it was really nice. So we met at Gloria's. I guess I got there about 6:15 or so, but it was nice, and so we had a really good time. Got in last night and thought I was going to do some more work, but I didn't. I was busy trying to hurry up and get in bed. I was tired. But good morning, Robert. Good morning. Good morning. But my mind was on spring break. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Because I've been in school so long, it's like this whole week my mind was like, you on spring break too. And so I took some time, some mornings I had a little rest, and I stayed in bed a little longer, and it felt good. Hey, I can't wait for Logo either. I'm so excited about that. When I say crunk, I'm crunk. So excited about that. But this week, my mind was kind of like on spring break too. And so I remember when I was teaching, I used to take my spring break, Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, and I would use that time to like work on what I wanted to really, really be doing. And I would pretend like I wasn't teaching anymore, like I was really working my job as a realtor, and I would pretend like I had all these great things to do. And I would just work. And so I can just only imagine how the week went for some people who do take that time to do that. But I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about some of the demands of success. And I know everybody wants to be successful, but I want to talk about some of those demands because, again, as I'm speaking, I'm talking to myself too. I'm helping myself. And when you start talking about the demands of success, you start talking about, what are the non-negotiables? Because there are some things that you are going to just have to do when you decide that you want to, go to the next level in whatever it is that you're doing. And so one of the things is, you can't be scared. You can't be scared. I know a lot of people say, I wanna do all this stuff, and they start naming off all these things, but they have no order to it. It's just they want to do it, but they're scared. And so, good morning, Diane. So you can't be scared. And that's something that, I've spoken about before, but it just keeps people locked in, and it keeps you, bound to what it is you're doing, and you don't get to move to the next level because fear of hard work, fear of change, fear of being rejected by people, fear of, being talked about, ridicule, fear of just the unknown. It keeps you paralyzed. And so once that happens, good morning, Mr. Nick. When that happens, it's like you can't do anything because you're scared. And so success demands that, you can't be scared, because the worst thing that can happen to you is you start over. And really, sometimes starting over is good. And I know, most of you can probably attest to having to start over in something. And when you start over, sometimes it's better than it was the first time. And so I was thinking about that this morning. I said, I get up in the mornings, I try and get my day started. I try and have my day planned out. Sometimes it doesn't go as planned. Good morning, Janine. Sometimes it doesn't go just the way I planned it, but I had a schedule and I had a plan. And sometimes I have to regroup and start over, and it's okay, but I can't be afraid to do that. And so sometimes fear can have you so afraid to, start something new until you're just content where you are. It's like you just get scared and you say, I'm not doing it. But we have to get out of that, because that is one of the biggest demands of success. If you start reading about people who've been successful, one of the things that they knew early is that they couldn't be afraid to mess up. And a lot of times we are afraid to mess up. And I think it's because for so long we've been, trained to just get it right. And there's nothing wrong with getting things right. But sometimes in the process of getting things right, we do mess up. which is why you have life coaches. They come into play, and people who can kind of guide you when you need their help. But you have to come up with some non-negotiables, and we'll talk about that next week, because there's a lot of non-negotiables that we have to put in place when we're trying to achieve greatness. And something else that you're going to have to do, another demand of success, is that you're going to have to make some real hard choices about what it is you're going to do and what it is you're not going to do. I can say, with me, and just speaking from personal experience, it's a lot of things that I just can't do on this journey. And one of them is to lose sight of the goal, because we need to begin with the end in mind. And one thing I can't do is, allow myself to be sidetracked by things that I shouldn't be doing. And it's nothing negative. I'm talking about things like, fell into playing, things like, knowing you have goals and knowing the steps that you need to take to get there and not doing it. So that's what I'm talking about. When I say you got to decide, what am I going to do and what am I not going to do on this journey? And so we have to decide that quick. And we also have to decide, what are we going to sacrifice? Because it's a sacrifice when you decide to be great. And if you think I'm kidding, just look around at all the people who've done great things. It's a sacrifice. And that sacrifice comes in the form of not being able to sleep when you want to. It comes in the form of not being able to hang out with those friends when you want to. It comes in the form of, not being able to take that vacation when you want to. It's a sacrifice. But are you willing to make it? See, I'm willing to make it. I don't ever have to leave my house except to show a house and go to church and get something to eat. Otherwise, I could be in my house. However, I know that I have to get out and go meet people and go network and meet others who are doing what I'm doing, or trying to meet people who need my service. Okay, so it's a sacrifice either way it goes. Nobody likes to relax more than I do and take naps, but it's a sacrifice. And so we have to remember that there is a cost for greatness. The question is, are you willing to pay it? See, some people aren't willing to pay it. They aren't. Every time you walk out of the house, you're not going to be on fleek, as my daughter says. You look like this, because you just get up and you get the day started and you just keep it moving. So it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Good morning, Lakeisha. It's a sacrifice. Also, when you're on this journey to greatness, you have to decide, who are you going to spend time with and who are you not going to spend time with. That's important. You got to figure out who you're going to spend time with. Because one thing about it, good morning, Shawanda Duffy. How are you? Thank you. You have to figure out who you're going to spend time with. See, I know a lot of people, and you probably do too. But you can't spend time with everybody. You can't spend time with everybody. There are some people who you're going to have to just kind of, budget the time. Budget the amount of time that you're spending with them, because you cannot be the smartest person in the room. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to go. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. So you've got to figure out, how am I going to do this? And sometimes it comes in the form of just saying, no, I can't do it. Because no is a complete sentence. No, I can't do it. And we have to be bold enough to say that and stand by what we say, so that we don't get caught up in spending time with people we don't even need to be spending time with. It's a sacrifice. It is all a sacrifice. It doesn't matter what it is you're doing. You could be working for somebody, working for yourself, working for somebody, and working for yourself. It doesn't matter. On the journey to success, you're just going to have to make some sacrifices and figure out whether or not you're willing to pay the price for it. See, when there's a store I like to go to, and I don't go very often. The initials are L and V. And when I go to this store, there's never a sale. They don't have sales. You walk in and you pay full price for what you want. There's never a sale. So I need to be prepared to go in and drop the fee for whatever it is I want in this store. I need to come on out. It's sacrificing. So I can say, well, I can charge it and go get the bag I want, or I can just wait and see if somebody else is going to give me the money for it. Huh? You think? No, they're not. They're not. It's all a sacrifice. So it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, there's a price to pay. When you go to that store, they're not haggling with you about a price. Can you lower the price? Can I get a discount? That is the discounted price. It's a sacrifice, but are you willing to pay the price? Yeah, it's certain places you go, you can't go in there haggling on the prices. TU Electric is one. I don't even know if we still have TU Electric. Hilco's who we have. But it's a price to pay for it all. Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price? That's the question you need to ask yourself today. Today is Friday. The week is done. Saturday is coming. Sunday's coming, and you're getting ready to keep it moving. The world doesn't stop. It just keeps moving. And so you've got to be ready on this journey to decide, what am I going to do? What am I not going to do? Who am I going to spend time with? Who am I not going to spend time with? Am I willing to make the sacrifice? Because if you're willing to make the sacrifice, then you'll reach the goal. Clarity in the vision accelerates the goal. So you need to be clear in your vision and what it is you're trying to do. That's what you have to do. I don't know when people got to the point to where they were afraid to try something new or ask for help. I don't know. Now, some things I'm not going to be able to try new, and that's adding liquid creamer and stuff to my coffee. It's powdered and that's it. But when it comes to life, sometimes we got to make some changes. But I don't know where people got off thinking that, I can't change. I can't do this. I can't do that. People just it was like something happened and you lost that creative energy that you had as a kid. Remember as a kid, you would do anything. We used to play under my grandmother's house as a kid and then get on top of the roof and play. Like no fear. We get grown and something stifles that. Something happens along the way that takes that creative energy from us. And we just become complacent. And we're glad about it. And the reason why I say we're glad about it is because we don't try to get out of that place. And so I don't know what that is, but let's try and get that creative energy back because we're all destined for greatness. It's in us. It's in everybody. But the thing is, you got to figure out what your non-negotiables are. What are you going to sacrifice and what are you not going to sacrifice? So that's what I want to talk to you about next week. We're going to talk about some non-negotiables in life and some non-negotiables in success and non-negotiables in business and showcase some other women. I have some bios that are coming. It is still Women's History Month. And I want to just give a shout out again to those great women that we've been showcasing all week. I think it was it's been a couple of weeks now. Lakeisha, Cherish, Gwen, I'm waiting on yours. I have so many that are coming in that we're going to start with next week. But I just want to say I'm excited about what's happening in the lives of those who are closest to me and sharing their visions and their business dreams. Because guess what, y'all? It's people doing some great stuff and they're moving. Okay. And I just want you to be a part of it. Rashi Booth always talks about don't go with the flow, be the flow. That's his motto. And I like that because that's so true. That's what we need to do. You're welcome, Lakeisha. And so that's what we need to do this month. And then if you know of anybody who I need to showcase, let me know. Lakeisha, if you know of somebody too, let me know. Because again, we need to help one another. And that's what we are about. We talked about that last night about how, as women, sometimes we get real catty and petty. Girl, I don't have time for cattiness and pettiness because it's work to be done. And as long as there's work to be done, there are sacrifices that need to be made and things need to get done. And if you don't believe me, pull out your planner. Thank you, Craig. Pull out your planner and go back and look. Go back and look at just this week, not last week. Just look at this week. Today is Friday. Go back and look at Monday through Thursday. And see if you accomplish any of the things that you set out to do each day. I know in my planner it has like a weekly focus. I have a space of infinity where I can take excess notes. And then my day is broken down into hours. And so, and then, into increments of 30 minutes. And so I'm accountable for that time. But go back and look and see if you achieved what you needed to achieve. It's easy to get off track. It's real easy to get off track, especially during a week like spring break and you got kids here and everybody's, off schedule a little bit. They want to stay up late. It's easy to get caught up in there, but you can't lose sight of your goal. And so I just want to encourage you. Today is Friday. I'm so glad you made it through the week. The weekend is coming. Try and do something for yourself. We're going to do something fun this weekend, so I'm excited about that. But do something for yourself. And don't be afraid to take care of yourself because self-care is important, which is why we have those people. I showcased Tracy Reddy, and she's a wellness coach, and she's also a proponent for self-care, and so we have to tap into that because we're not being selfish when we take care of ourselves. Okay, so I want you to think about the demands of success today and think about what it is that you're willing to sacrifice, what you're not willing to sacrifice, what it is you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and stick to it. No is a complete sentence, and if it doesn't fit into your schedule or if it doesn't line up with your goals and what it is you're trying to do, it's okay to say no. Remember the slogan, just say no? Just say no. Just say no. We said that all the time in school with kids during October, which is drug-free month. We would say, just say no to drugs. You just say no to everything that comes towards you that has nothing to do with your goals. It can't benefit you in any way. Just say no, okay? So I want to encourage you to do something for somebody else today also. Everybody's dealing with their own private battles, and we just never know what a smile can do for somebody else. And remember that the world is going to keep rotating, whether we're standing on top of it or stretched out under it. You can't forget that. Y'all, it's not going to stop. You decide on where you want to be. But I say we're going to meet everybody up at the top, and we're going to reach until we get there, because the bottom is too crowded for us, and that's not where we belong. So I see everybody at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Make it a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great day.